In Battlestar Galactica, the adventures almost always focus on the warriors Starbuck and Apollo, or on the Battlestar Galactica itself. But what was life like for the civilians scattered across the 220 civilian ships that made up the fleet? In a few episodes, this hidden facet was explored. Now let's try to delve a little deeper into the real situation of the refugees from the 12 colonies aboard the civilian ships in the 1978 Battlestar Galactica series. Following the destruction of the colonies, Commander Adama urged the survivors to board any ship that could carry them and join the Battlestar Galactica to begin their journey in search of planet Earth. Many of the 220 ships used in the escape from the colonies were old and in questionable condition, since the Cylon attack must have destroyed most of the civilian ships in good condition, along with the military ships of the colonial fleet. It is a fact that the vast majority of the fleet's ships had not originally been designed for passenger transport, which further complicated the refugees' survival conditions. In the very first episode of Galactica, we can see a glimpse of the ambiguity of the refugees' situation aboard civilian ships when Captain Apollo is on the freighter Gemini, where refugees are crammed into the cargo holds, while others from the colonial elite surround themselves with luxury and comfort, like Sire Uri aboard the luxurious liner Rising Star. Later, in other episodes, we notice that the Rising Star became the fleet's main entertainment center, with a casino and restaurants, indicating that there was an economic organization in addition to the political and military ones within the fleet that made the refugees' lives as close as possible to a normal life. In the episode Take the Celestra, the payment of salaries is even mentioned in this scene.
Naturally, an increase of payment will follow your promotion. Each of you will find that your new rank brings you something that is far more valuable than qubits.
This indicates that there was an efficient economic system in the fleet based on work and wages. However, it's unclear what fueled this economic system, or whether all refugees on all ships had actual jobs, or only the crew members of civilian ships. In War of the Gods, we can see that the situation of most refugees is still one of extreme lack of basic resources. This is shown when Sheba accompanies Count Iblis aboard the cargo ship Gemini, and even the situation of food rationing is shown when a refugee asks Count Iblis to perform a miracle by multiplying her food. Other facts. There were the Triad Championships, a game played by two pairs against each other, which was played aboard the Galactica and broadcast to all ships in the fleet, being one of the greatest expressions of collective entertainment in the fleet. The Galactica, in addition to being the military and political center of the fleet, was also the hospital center for all the most complex health treatments of the fleet through its well-equipped military medical center. Public transportation was primarily maintained by the military through Galactica shuttles that served all ships in the fleet. However, some civilian ships had their own shuttles, such as the Rising Star, which even had regular transportation schedules, a fact that can be seen in some episodes. This indicates that the civilians in the fleet lived on a specific ship, but had the freedom to travel to another for leisure or necessity. This was a brief reflection on the workings of this complex socio-economic system that needed to exist in the fleet to maintain the colonial lifestyle and provide some relief for the refugees, offering a little limited comfort and entertainment to people who were without hope after the Cylon attack. Do you agree with this reflection? What are your thoughts on it?